Hey guys, how are we going? So this is Mr. Ormerod. I'm going to be talking to you today about GCSE dance as a possibility for one of your options as you get towards the end of year 8. I won't take up too much of your time. I just want to give you a quick kind of overview about the way the course is structured and how you'll be performing whilst you're on it over the 3 years. So on the screen, you should be able to see a specification at a glance. This is the spec from the actual qualification itself, and it's broken down into a really easy to understand section. So essentially, you have two main components that you're assessed on. You have components 1, performance and choreography, which is right here, and then the second component is dance appreciation. The way that breaks down essentially is that there is a practical and a written aspect. As with a lot of GCSEs these days, there is a big writing component. 40% of your overall examination is on one and a half hour exam at the end of the qualification in year 11. But the rest of it, 60%, is split up into the more practical aspects of performance and choreography. So essentially what that means is that you're going to get two main opportunities to perform. One of them is a set study. So that's a study that AQA, the people that run the qualification, actually devise themselves, and we just learn that. But then you also get an opportunity to do a performance of your choice. Now, that could be something that I've choreographed. It could be something that we choreographed together. It could be a piece that you've actually seen outside that you really, really like that you want to try and recreate. But again, totally your choice. You can use whatever you want. And then the final aspect of the performance part is choreography. So you get to design your entire own dance piece. Now, that could be you dancing on your own. It could be a bunch of you and your friends dancing together. It really doesn't matter. But the main thing is it's very much geared towards you being the person that's in charge of doing this stuff. So if we just take you back to the actual screen again, we can see that your performance is 30% of the overall GCSE. The choreography is 30% of the overall GCSE. And then, as I said, that written paper at the end is a final 40%. Now, the written paper is great because it actually asks you to talk a lot about your own experiences on the course. So, for example, it might say things like, how have you responded to feedback in some of your performances? Or it might give you a stimulus and say, hey, if you saw this particular painting and you were then asked to create a piece about it, how would you go about doing it? The final thing that it asks you to talk about is what we call the 6 dance anthology. So there's the 6 professional works made by professional dance companies, and we have to study them really in depth to find out about who the choreographer was, what the idea behind the piece was, how they created the movement, which again is really, really useful for you when you're coming to create your own choreography because it really feeds into that. In terms of the way the course is set up over the 3 years, the first year in year 9 is all just about experiencing what the course is about. We won't do any formal assessments at all. It's very much a question of here's an introduction to choreography, one to performance, and a little bit of looking at the written work as well. As we move into year 10, then you're going to start to get towards doing possibly your set study, but we might even save that until year 11 so that both of your two main practical aspects happen right towards the end of the course when you've got the most amount of practical experience so that you can put that into play when you're creating your pieces. The final exam is sat in June at the end of year 11. We'll have plenty of opportunities to go through all the stuff that's going to be on there. If you've got any further questions or if there's something you'd like to find out or ask me about in more detail, then please do just come and grab me at any point, socially distanced, of course. You know that I'm always in the dance studio and I'm always happy to discuss anything. Or if you'd rather do stuff over email, that's absolutely fine. Just type in ORM into the to box of any email from your school Gmail account and it'll bring up my name really quickly. So I really hope there's loads of you guys that are interested in doing GCSE dance. If you get an opportunity and you want to talk to students who are doing it at the moment, we currently have a year 11 cohort. If you ask me who they are, I can put you in contact and so you can get some actual student ideas about how the course is and what's entailed in it. Anyway, hope you're all good, guys. Thanks very much for listening. I'll speak to you soon.